Hussain. We have a two-part presentation. I'll make some general points, after which Shweta will describe some of the impacts of the coastal road on the city, but specifically on Bandra. Closer to the mic. In the beginning of June, there was a demolition in the Malwani area in Mumbai. There was a small settlement called Kacha Rasta, which occupied about 2 acres of mangrove land, and the MCGM demolished it to enforce a High Court order of 2005, which said that all construction on mangroves is illegal. This settlement was of 500 houses, and the MCGM demolished it. 2 days after that, the MOEF cleared the coastal road, which is going to at least reclaim 27 hectares of mangroves from the city. On 26 July, more than 1,000 people perished in Bombay due to flooding. This was a result of high intensity rainfall, 380 millimeters for 3 hours, one of the highest intensity recorded in the city. Mumbai's old drainage system has been designed to handle 25 millimeters per hour of rain intensity, whereas the new system which is being designed right now can handle about 50 millimeters per hour of rainfall. The incomplete new system could not prevent flooding this year, where we saw an intensity of 38 millimeters per hour. This new system that is being built will cost 1,200 crores, 1/10 of the cost of the coastal road. If Mumbai is subjected to a rain intensity of 125 millimeters per hour like in 2006, it will result in an unprecedented disaster. But the new system, the stormwater drainage system, is being built for the past 20 years in the city. One of the major reasons for flooding in 2006 was the reclamation of the Mithi River, including the natural buffer areas of mangroves. To build the coastal road, 168 hectares of land from the sea will be reclaimed, including 27 hectares of mangroves. The coastal road, in short, will make Mumbai more vulnerable to floods. But why is this project being built? The coastal road is going to be counterproductive from the perspective of congestion management, wasteful in terms of public expenditure, and disruptive in terms of ecology and livelihoods, yet the MCGM insists on building it. Each time it is revised, something new and additional is thrown in to make it more attractive. Earlier, open spaces were included to greenwash this ecological disaster, and now the BRTS is added to silence public transport advocates like Rishi. I'll come to that. However, this project is impossible to rationalize. The more it is justified, the more absurd it sounds. We are told that the project will cost 12,000 crores. It must be remembered, however, that the Bandra-Worli Sea Link overshot its estimates by 400%, and today it carries less than half of its projected traffic, and its use has stagnated. The Sea Link, in short, has been a failure. The proponents of the coastal road have invented ingenious arguments to justify building it. They say it must be built because car ownership in Mumbai will increase at a rate of 2% up to 2043. Consider the implications of this view. By 2045, the city will have 240 cars per 1,000 people. If the population of the city remains 14 million, the city will have 34 lakh cars. If all these cars descend on the roads, they will require more space than the total road area of the city. The coastal road can only be justified if 20% of the city uses cars, but with 20% car ownership, there will be no road in the Mumbai to drive on. It must also be remembered that this city, with some of the highest real estate prices, as Daryl pointed out, gives away parking almost free. No other city worth its name follows this logic. You may not find affordable housing in Mumbai, but you will find free parking. This is basically an encouragement for people to own cars who demand more road space to escape congestion, which then gets filled up by even more cars. Cities such as Singapore auction limited license plates. Parking space in cities such as New York are more expensive than living space. Cities such as London make millions through parking taxes. In Mumbai, we subsidize car owners. These cities, in short, are sensibly capitalist. We are upside down socialists. Transportation cannot be looked upon in isolation. Transport planning requires planning for the movement of people, not vehicles. This means that pedestrians, trains, buses, and cars have to work together for a system to work well. A bus has 50 times the right of the road than a car has. Since it moves 50 times the number of people, it occupies only 3.7 times the road area of a car. Therefore, buses are not only more efficient, but more just and more sustainable. Yet, we have let our bus system decline. The coastal road is inherently inegalitarian. If the project is financed through toll charges, it will have to charge a toll of more than 200 rupees per trip. At this price, hardly anyone will use it. On the other hand, if standard toll rates are applied, only 1/3 of the project will be financed through tolls. In other words, we'll pay to give car owners a free joy ride around the city. The question is, why should the public pay such a heavy price to service less than 1/10 of the city's population? Why can't we use this money to build a better stormwater system, improve sanitation, provide social housing, or build good quality health and educational facilities? The Coastal Road report offers only two alternatives, with the coastal road and without the coastal road. Based on this comparison, it concludes that it is better to build it. But this is like offering a choice between killing the sick and letting them die. There are many alternatives to this project, all of them cheaper and more effective. First of all, the BRTS only makes sense on existing roads to shift car users to buses. The proposal to put a BRTS on the coastal road is mindless. The project report plans to build multi-level car parks on the coastal road. They seem to assume, rather absurdly, that car owners will battle congestion on the connectors to get to the coastal road, park their cars, and then take a bus. What we need is what transportation experts like Ashok Datar have suggested. First, build extra railway tracks, install electronic signaling, provide air-conditioned coaches. This will take care of at least 8 lakh passengers per day, 1/6 of the cost per passenger per trip as compared to the coastal road. Second is to improve the bus system. Install BRTS on the Western Express Highway, JVLR and SVLR, increase the number of buses and provide bus priority lanes. This will take care of another 8 lakh passengers per day at 1/10 of the cost per passenger per trip. Finally, by imposing parking charges, traffic management, and better designed transport interchanges, these too can be facilitated and revenue can be generated that can be used to improve public transportation and pedestrian facilities. Mumbai City has one of the highest modal share of public transport in the world. Those who care about the city will seek to improve this share. The coastal road is a private amenity masquerading as a public good. It is going to be our most unaffordable mistake. Thank you.
Now, Shweta Wagh, his colleague, to tell us about the alignment and more than the alignment, the impact of the